All right, let's do the intro. Rena.
Alright, guys. Oh my God. Okay. Good evening, guys.
We'll edit this all out in post. It's fine.
We're doomed.
Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Call of the Abyss. I am Rena playing as Scarlett Leon. Again, this is an 18 plus stream, so if you are not 18 plus, please click out now before I get angry moms in my chat again. Please. Anyway, here are my fellow cast members. Starting with Mike.
That way? So me. Cool. Because one screen has me and the other screen doesn't. So anyway, Mike playing Mordecai. We can tell you about all the other stuff later.
I'm just gonna wait because it's my shtick now. I'm Steve. I'm playing Donald McGregor. Usually you can find me over on the Vancouver by Night thing, but I'm gonna punch things over here as a Potence 5 Brewhofer this evening.
I am Bully. I am on time always. Professional streamer extraordinaire for Table Goth.
And I'm Lou, and I'll be your storyteller this morning, evening, afternoon, wherever.
You don't know what time it is.
I don't know. Time doesn't exist. All right, so let's do a quick recap before we get started on this session. In our previous episode, our coterie headed off to the weird church that dubbed the name of the Crystal Chapel. As our cast members explored the interiors of the structure, they soon unveiled that this sex dungeon was more than just a place for intimate activities. Runes, sigils, and wards were active wholly in the sublevels, while people were being tortured and used for some sort of occult fetish. The cultists that laid claim to this place weren't exactly hospitable in the right sense. Whatever mysterious work that was being held there was, of course, halted by the intrusion of our dear coterie as they plunged fist first into combat. It is unclear as to what the hell actually happened down in the chambers of the church. However, our kindred pulled through, surviving the strange anomalies. You all made it back to your respective homes relatively safe after debriefing at Mordecai's sex mansion. The introductory arc ended with Mordecai making a very dark discovery that he might have to keep to himself until the time is right, while Toledo and his sire had a conversation that pretty much made Saham advise his childer not to stray so carelessly into the depths of the abyss. Nevertheless, we'll pick the story back up a few nights after the discovery of the goings-on underneath the Crystal Chapel. This evening, you find yourselves in the University of Chicago. The four of you have been summoned to attend Michael Strumms' trial as witnesses to the crime. You all arrive as a group and meet eyes at the parking lot some ways away from the Grand Library. You all have a few moments to converse with yourselves as you begin to make your way across campus. And I'll leave the scene to the four of you for now.
So how does this work exactly? This trial?
You've been hanging around me long enough you should know all about justice, law, order, all that stuff. It's just going to be that taken to a slower extent. We should go. We should tell the people what we saw. And they'll probably kill him. And that should be that.
Okay. So we just show evidence and that is it?
No, we're not the ones charging him. They just want to ask us questions.
Oh, okay.
So they'll just ask us questions. I would probably tell the truth. A lot of us that can...
Probably.
They're good at knowing when someone isn't. I mean, I'm going to. Y'all do what you want to do. That's our sign. We should get going. They're getting impatient.
Yeah, there's like construction or something going on in this parking lot. Yeah, I think we're all gonna head in.
Let's head in.
I'm gonna flip off whoever honked at us, and then we're going in.
And if you have no more conversation to be had as of right now, you will find yourselves that the trial is at 10 in the evening. So you have a few minutes to get there. It's about 9:30 right now. But eventually you guys make your way towards the Grand Library. It is the first time most of you have stepped into the Chicago University Elysium. As you all know, this is Cretios and Damon's domain, but for certain occasions, this is where Kevin Jackson likes to hold more of the scholarly Elysiums. Particularly in this evening is a trial for that Malkavian. As you all waltz in towards the Grand Library, you would notice that there is white marble tiles, white ceilings. There are shelves upon shelves of this large, very large space of a structure. You can see that there are already kindred here, left and right, and they just seem to be waiting for something. Immediately, you are greeted by the sheriff himself, Damon. He doesn't actually greet you all, he just stands there with his arms crossed. As he looks down on the four of you, as he says, "About time." Unless you guys say anything to him, he lets you pass by. And eventually you guys, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we're on time. Go fuck yourself.
Gotta quickly walk to make sure I am clearly not with him.
Might not want to be around when Damien's pissed off.
Now, Dom.
I just kind of, as I walk past, I just kind of blow like a flying kiss towards Damien and then walk towards Toledo.
You've taught her well.
Now, Dom. Always be nice to the help.
That wasn't being nice.
And I offer my hand as a handshake to Damien. It is a pleasure working with you, and always has been. And I appreciate the dedication you show to this city.
Louis, you're muted. Louis, you're muted.
I'm gonna need to make you make a roll here, Mordecai. You're so early in the game, but go ahead and roll your charisma and your etiquette, or your charisma and your leadership. Damien fails this roll. Oh god. And he had to make a resolve and composure.
Can I make it persuasion?
Not persuasion.
Oh, no, leadership. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Do I add mods?
Nope. Well, you don't have it.
I'm pretty.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you always add beautiful to all your charisma rolls.
So that's a...
Okay, with 3 successes. Okay, Damien...
That's terrible.
Unfortunately, had a messy critical. So as Dom says those words, as he kind of flips them off as he says those words, and Scarlett passes by, blowing him a little kiss, Mordecai, you outstretch your hands for him to shake, and you can immediately see the brouhaha rage welling up in his eyes as he takes your hand and he begins to apply just a bit of potence, keeping himself back, as this is Elysium, as you feel your hand begin to get crushed in this immense pressure from his own fingers. But fortunately, he doesn't do much damage to you. You don't take any damage from this, but you can tell that he's barely keeping it together as of right now. Toledo, as you walk forward, as this is all going on, distancing yourself as much from whatever is going on as you enter Elysium, you would notice immediately the very front, by the end of this, actually, in the back, by the end of this library, you would notice that there's 3 chairs at the end of it. The Primogen Council is already here, and you notice on the balcony on the top left-hand side is your sire. He's still wearing the same cloak. You see the bow around his back, the quill and stuff, and he is just looking down towards your direction. But the rest of the Primogen Council are here.
Just look up and give him a respectful nod. And I'll glance back at Scarlett and sort of gesture up towards my sire. And keep walking to the spot I'm supposed to be.
Okay. Y'all weren't told much of how this trial was going to work. You all were just asked to attend as witnesses to the crime. You would notice that there are no other kindred here apart from the court members, the Primogen, the sheriff, the hounds, and, well, whoever was involved there, which includes you. You notice that Saham, your sire, is just looking down, studying the 4 of you, eyeing Mordecai in particular. But you all take your place somewhere else. The Primogen Council is here. As mentioned, there are a few minutes until the trial starts, so if you guys would like to speak to any of these kindred, you are able to do so. If not, then you guys kind of just... Oh.
I can always breeze over to Annabelle, but she's probably busy.
As you look over, she is just speaking with Marcel, your Primogen.
Blow her a kiss.
She catches your eye. She winks as she leans back a bit. She looks to be wearing, one of those fancy low-cut dresses once again, and she catches it, very, very Toreador-like, as she curtsies, and then blows you one, Mordecai. But after that, she immediately continues her conversation with Marcel. Time flies. Actually, it doesn't fly, but some time passes. Some minutes go by, but eventually you notice one of the hounds, Moneka, bring over Michael Strumms, the skinny, lanky Malkavian with the long curly hair, who the last time we saw was torpored by Toledo as he impaled El Cid up his jaw. It looks like he's fully healed, but he's still staked right in the heart as Moneka sets him down the center of the Elysium and pulls out the stake right as Damien and Saham actually take their place by his side. One on each side, of course. We then see, up above in the balcony, Kevin Jackson. As he makes his appearance, he's wearing what seems to be an all-black, suit and tie. He's still wearing the same fur coat over his shoulders, and he has that cane on his left hand. He smiles at you all charismatically as he says, "Good evening, my fellow kindred. I appreciate all your times for attending this emergency Elysia, this trial, rather. And I implore you all to sit back and relax as our new coterie here, which I've assigned to this case, do their job and prove themselves worthy of the Camarilla." He smiles. "Go ahead and unstake him, Damien." With a light nod, Damien pulls out the stake from Michael Strumms as he comes back to life and realizes where he is. The 4 of you are eyed by him immediately as he kind of starts speaking out as he says, "Oh, no, that wasn't so bad, was it?" He smiles. He looks directly at you, Toledo. "Now," Kevin Jackson says, "go ahead and interrogate this fool. proved yourselves innocent of the crimes from the murder of Colin Watts. We already have interrogated him, but we'd like to see how you all persuade him into telling us the information that is necessary to prove that you are not part of his little vision.
It's only kindred in this particular area?
It's only kindred.
Anyone else?
Toledo will just sort of look towards Mordecai.
You see Saham eyeing you, the three of you, kind of gesturing you for you to move in and to perhaps talk to Michael Strumms.
So what was the question?
Who are you saying this to?
I'm actually didn't hear it as a player. Sorry. Try to ad-lib it.
As you guys would know that the Prince and the Primogen are pretty much watching you as of right now to see how you prove yourselves innocent from the murder of Colin Watts. As you all know, the 6th tradition, destruction can only be made by the decree of the eldest. And his crime, Michael's crime is, in your eyes, he murdered Colin Watts.
We just need to prove that in front of everyone, or get a confession out of him.
All right. Let's do this. Michael.
He smiles at you. Oh,
Sleep
dark
well.
jester. How am I worthy to be in your presence?
You're not. That's not the point. Why did you have the thin blood on the roof?
Why not?
Okay, logic, I suppose, escapes you. Why did you then push him off the roof?
He smiles again as he looks over to Scarlett, as he says, "Why not?"
Why not's not really a good answer, though. You must have some internalized code, a morality, a voice, someone telling you, someone pulling your string. You pulling someone else's string. What was your motivation?
There is no puppet master, peddler of vice. I know you. I know all about you, the great Mordecai. Actually, he doesn't do his with his hands because he's actually bound right now.
And you know of my reputation.
I'm already
You know
tied
I'm
up.
also a straight shooter.
I
Is
bet
he
you
sitting
I
are.
have no use for lies.
Is he sitting down, or is he like on a slab laying down or anything?
He's on a chair right now. He's his hands are bound behind him. His ankles are bound to the chair as well, as Mordecai tied him up. And Saham, Toledo's sire, Banu Hakim, and Sheriff are on each side.
Does he look like beat up or anything? Does he?
He looks a
what is
little
his
roughed up. His clothes are torn up.
Yep.
His hair is all unkempt. There's dark bags under his eyes.
Please don't punch your hand through his face. We need him
Please,
to talk.
please don't kill the prisoner. I kind of can I approach? I approach Michael, and say like, you mentioned somebody is coming or they are coming. What did you mean by that after you threw Colin down the building?
What else do you think I mean, fledgling?
Why would I be asking
They're
if
coming.
I knew?
Everyone's coming. They're all coming.
Who's
The voices. The arrival is imminent.
Of whom?
Yeah. The arrival of what?
He leans in closer to you, as far as he can from the bound, gesturing for you to come closer. Jesus.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
him again.
This guy.
Look, the son of a carpenter has no business in this hall. And he's not in your head.
Oh, but he is. He is. She is. They are.
Okay. Then what are they telling you?
That you all will be part of this grand plan, this play. You all have a role to play. You all have a role to play, he says with a wicked smile.
All right, I'll humor you. What is her role? And I point to Scarlett.
She looks at you. He looks at you, Scarlett, looking over your shoulder, then looks towards Toledo, then looks towards Dom, looks towards you, Mordecai. He smiles as he says, "You'll find out eventually what all your roles are."
Well, why not tell us now?
Because he doesn't know anything.
I mean,
Where's
I'm a
the
good
fun in
method
that?
actor, but I like to know the role.
He knows
before I
nothing,
enter.
Mordecai. That's why he's like bluffing.
Exactly. I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't think there is anything that he knows.
He's just smiling right now. Looks down towards the ground, then looks towards Toledo. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna take a pint of my blood, extract it from me, mix it with yours, and use that ritual? Please do.
What is he talking about, Toledo?
Yeah, I'm curious too.
If you're asking if I'm gonna make you tell the truth, why go through that? Why not just tell the truth in the first place?
Looks over his shoulders, and you see Kevin Jackson there, just kind of smugly looking down. And he looks towards you. Don't you want to be free from your shackles?
Oi, Michael. We're the one asking questions here, not you.
What shackles?
Government.
This is about anarchy? Can't be that simple.
No, this is what you showed me that night on the roof. The shadows, the darkness, the abyss coming, swallowing everything. Is that what this is all about?
That's just the beginning.
Are you able to show them what you showed me?
Nope.
I just got a sneak peek then. Lucky me.
As you all are having this conversation, you can see Damien and Saham kind of looking over at each other, debating on what to do as of right now. But eventually, Saham walks over to Michael Strumms as he takes out he produces some sort of bowl or some sort of a cup or something, as he begins to bite on his palm as he kind of pours over a bit of blood. and he takes Michael Strumms' arm as he slashes it open with his bare hand, with his knife, and then he takes about a pint of it. He looks over to you, Toledo, and he nods his head.
Yeah, I mean, I can do this. If he knows it's coming, why wouldn't he just tell the truth? Why is he making a... You know what? This guy's messed up. Let's give him what he wants, I guess. I guess I will go forth with truth of blood.
Go ahead and make that roll.
I'm gonna blood surge on this too, actually.
Sure. Wow, look at you passing all those arouse checks.
Yeah, I don't get hungry anymore.
Yeah, the curse is passed.
He's
on to
immune.
me.
Okay. Yeah, with 5 successes. You see the cup immediately bubble to the surface, Toledo, as you perhaps mutter a prayer or something in front of Michael. You see Saham and Damien kind of stand back a little bit as they know what's going to happen, and they don't want to be under the effects of this as well. But Michael then begins to shiver a little bit as he twists his neck as he says, "That's more like it. That's more like it."
Uh-oh. I like the sound.
I'll look around to the group. Say we can anything we ask him, I'll be able to tell if he's lying or not.
You're like a human
we've got any-
lie detector or something.
No.
But can he
Kindred,
compel him
not
to
human.
tell the actual
Kindred.
truth?
Potentially, but it's gonna depend on a question by question basis. I have to ask the question first, and then I may be able to compel him to tell the truth.
So we just ask question.
Well, let's be smart with our questions here. We only have so many.
Yeah, there's only one question I need to ask.
What's that?
Did you throw Colin off the building?
Throw isn't the right word for it. More like a light push. He was going to do it anyway. He was going to commit suicide anyway. I just accelerated the process.
Well, this trial's
You
over.
could say I gave a helping hand.
Oh, this trial is over.
Wait.
Yeah, I'll look to the others. Look at him again. What was the thing he called Mordecai? The Dark Jester?
I kind of like that.
I'm gonna ask, why did you call him the Dark Jester? And I'm gonna do... So sorry, I got my rolls mixed up. So I guess I ask a question, then we do a roll-off. And if I crit on that roll-off, that's when... that's when I can force him to tell the truth. Otherwise, I just know if he tells the truth or not. So, attempt that again with this question, see if I can force him into it.
Sure. And actually, you might not need to roll. He's not resisting at all, as he actually suggested this.
Oh, there, I did the thing.
Okay, well, that's still a lot of successes.
Okay, then yeah, that's what I asked. Why he called Mordecai Dark Jester.
He leans in closer as he says, "He's a peddler of the dark desires of mysteries and eccentricities. Have you not heard of him, Father Toledo?"
No, that makes sense. You just seemed
That checks out.
chummy for a moment to make sure everything was on the up and up. Making sure he
was
didn't have
wondering.
some weird role to play in all this that we should know about.
Apparently, we all have a role, but that's not the.
I
What
don't
about
know
him?
why-
Gesture, though.
He looks over to Dom.
Oh yeah, he's cool. What about him?
Are you not interested to see what his role is.
Does it involve hitting
Pretty sure
something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know what my role is. Goes a little something like this. And I'm going to walk over and I'm going to punch his knee so that his bottom leg bone goes through the floor.
Oh,
Okay. Before you do that, I'd like to remind you that this is Elysium and no
yeah.
violence.
Yeah,
Don't.
I'm
Don't.
So-
going to make it look like I do that. I'm just going to stop short.
Okay. I mean, if you can, if you want to, I'm not stopping you. But yeah, if you want to hit him, you can.
I don't want
Yeah, I'm
this to
just
be
gonna
another
freak everybody
trial
out.
for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two
As you
trials
do
in
this,
one row.
as you feint a punch to his knee, Dom, you can see immediately Damien and Saham react as Saham immediately takes out his blade, and Damien kind of, arch forward as he activates his celerity. But it's a good thing you stop before you hit Michael Strumms, because as you stop almost before you hit the knee, they both kind of stop as well. They both have high amounts of celerity, so they were getting ready to, I guess, act.
So jumpy.
You made him rouse the blood for nothing.
This is a trial. What's wrong with you people?
That's
I
it.
look at
That's
the
it.
prince and I'm like, you need to get your cord under control.
Mr. McGregor, this is Elysium.
Yeah.
Cretias
there's no
controlling
violence.
man. As he says to
I
Cretias, who's over to the
see-
left side.
Of 3 individuals, I see one that didn't activate any disciplines.
Well, you didn't see me do it, but I did it.
Now,
Point of Elysium.
if you have no
Have
more
you
further
gotten what
questions.
have you gotten what you need, Prince? You confess to the crime that we obviously did not do.
Well done. Well done, Father Toledo. Miss Scarlett, Mr. Mordecai, Mr. McGregor. I, the Prince, the gracious Prince of Chicago, hereby absolve you from this case. You are all free to walk away from the investigation. As you all know, you're all now honorable members of the Camarilla here, the Camarilla's jewel.
You hear that, Don?
Is there a consolation prize? Like
Finally.
You hear Damon chime in, yeah, you don't get your head ripped off like this kid. Wait. Michael Strumms says, I can help you. I can help you with your investigation. Come on.
That's what we've been
Come
trying
on,
to get
come
you to
on,
do.
come on.
Mike.
Hey, I'm not talking to you. He's actually looking over to Damien. I can point you the right way. I can show you where it's all happening. Please. If you if you don't cut my head off, I swear I'll help you. I'll help you.
Then somebody shut him up.
I mean,
because you've been such a
you
great
had your
help
chance,
so far.
Michael.
As if he's been helpful.
Your case is dismissed. Let
Did you
me
not-
do my own thing.
Michael, shush. The point of the prince's demonstration of putting us in front of you was to get you to help your case. You didn't. So now you're in this position.
Hey, wait. What
Time
do you think
for
you're doing?
bartering.
Hey,
is
what do you think
over.
you're doing?
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing? As you
Yep,
see Saham
5
kind of,
seconds.
you see Saham with rapid reflexes kind of just take out the stake earlier and just kind of stick him right in the heart.
I
As he
thought there
goes-
was no violence in the Elysium.
Bimp.
That's weird.
Apparently this doesn't count.
Those who make the rules. He does know something, though, and it would behoove us to actually learn that somehow.
You hear some applause here and there to the back, and you would notice that it's Annabelle. You can't tell if she's being sarcastic about her clapping, but she's pretty much just
Is it a slow clap?
yeah.
Ah, great.
Marcel chimes in a bit later, but the rest of the Primogen Council kind of shuffle off. You see the prince kind of get down from the balcony as he speaks to a particular Primogen, Jason Newberry, and they both seem to be on his side, just speaking amongst together. But you can see that Mordecai has picked up Michael Strumms again and, has taken him to the back somewhere else. Leaving the four of you there once again. You are free to converse with each other or to other members of the court, as you all have earned a bit of free time.
Okay. So what now? We're free to go, or?
I don't know. We're here for the duration. Is there intermission?
So what happens next to him? He gets final death, have his head cut off.
I imagine he won't because he's got information. They'll probably milk it out of him and then they'll kill him.
Ah.
But yeah, he's pretty much doomed to die.
Yeah,
Broken
hopefully
at least one of them.
broken a lot of traditions. But and not on the roof, he showed me some pretty disturbing things.
Like what? Didn't really explain what happened there.
He said shadows.
Yeah, it was more of it's hard to explain, but it felt very foreboding. Enough for me to pay attention to whatever the hell this guy has to say. I mean, the stuff we saw, we saw people turn into shadows, thin bloods, whatever those creatures
Yeah,
became.
And on the rooftop, you guys fought about with those people that can manipulate the shadows. The La Sombra?
Did we run into them on a rooftop?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was somebody who could fuck around with shadows.
Right.
That's how they got away.
And they got they just suddenly disappear into the shadow.
He stepped into a shadow and disappeared. Neat trick.
The most obvious answer is La Sombra, but it seems more than that. So I don't see La Sombra working with thin bloods. But then again, Dom has a point too.
Yeah, wasn't that their whole modus operandi to make thin bloods? Back before they became cool?
I don't know.
Or
I fought a lot of Sabat.
creative, generally.
Haven't fought a lot of thin bloods. More of a recent thing.
Wait. So there is a mass embracing that's happening?
There used to be. I don't know. Are the Sabbats still
Yeah.
around, Louis?
They
Go ahead and roll your intelligence and politics or streetwise. Could be occult too if you wish.
Can any of us do this?
If only one of you would like to roll, you can add a +2 to it.
I don't have anything, so good luck.
Got a good chunk of dice in it.
Yeah, I only have 4.
All right.
I have-
I'll do it and I'll add 2.
5 dice, yeah. Let's have.
I got 6.
Yeah, let's let Toledo roll it.
5.
Okay. With 5 successes, Toledo, you have flashbacks to your previous years along with the other Banu Hakim. You've been hunting quote-unquote bad vampires ever since you were embraced, before even. But regarding the Sabbat, they seem to have been, their numbers have been dwindling over the recent years, over the past decade or 2. You don't know why. Actually, you have some hunches why with those 5 successes. There could be 2 possible reasons. The first is that they're defecting from the clan, or not the clan, the sect itself, as they all become either independent, run to the anarchs, or become part of the Camarilla. The second reason, which is more of a viable and more kind of believable reason, so because of the beckoning. You know that the elder Sabbat members are disappearing because they've been being called into the Middle East to fight in the jihad.
Yeah, while I don't think they have time for mass embraces these days. I mean, I don't know if y'all heard about the beckoning and whatnot, but long story short, the Sabbat, for all of their problematic beliefs, were a lot of the older kindred, really not much older than myself and some of my friends here, felt a supernatural call, if you will. They all went to the Middle East, where supposedly some very, very old kindred started to wake up. And it's just a mess. But the Sabbat's busy with that. Whatever this is, a whole new kind of trouble. Probably.
Yeah,
Or... no. Let's just hope it's that.
Frankie, Brian, and I were running from the Sabbath. How do you? Sabbath.
Sure. Why were they after you?
I don't really know.
Fledglings.
Were they after you before or after you were embraced?
I don't know, but Brian and Frankie and Kaiser, I guess, we kind of got together in Russia, and then Kaiser got left behind, and all we know is that we had to run away here. That's what was told to us by my sire, my adopted sire.
Who's your adopted sire?
Her name is Liana.
I don't recognize it. So she's back in Russia then? Not anyone here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, wait. Sorry. Liana is of what clan?
She's a bruja.
So you're a Toreador and you were adopted by the Bruja.
Yes. That's why
Fascinating.
the bars are nothing new for me.
Well, that's interesting. Sabbat are giving you trouble in Russia. Like I said, our work's been slowing down. That's why, honestly, that's a big reason why I'm here. This is the first time in a while that there haven't been Sabbat. I mean, they're still out there, of course, but not like they used to be. Not like in the good old days. So you're not sure if you're returned by Sabbat, but you're on the run from them. They wouldn't chase you all the way here, would they? I'm assuming not, since your sire sent you here.
I honestly don't know. That's why Brian and Frankie and I are scared about this whole thing. Will they chase us all the way here?
Depends on why they were chasing you in the first place. Something personal, or were you...
We don't know.
Something to maybe look into. I'm curious about that. But let's just hope this is all the ravings of a deeply delusional Malkavian. And I'm sure everything will be
Lunatic, if you will.
It is at this point that Annabelle and Marcel come over in your direction, giggling a little bit to themselves as they both greet the four of you. They all exchange polite smiles and sneers at you, but Annabelle's eyes land upon you, Scarlett, after Dom and Toledo. Darling, why don't we have a moment to ourselves, shall we? She gestures for you to come with her, while Marcel, comes over to you, Mordecai, as he kind of claps his hands once again, very slowly, as he says, "Good job, kindred. That was fantastic."
It's amazing how much you can accomplish by simply telling the truth.
Indeed, Kindred. I was most impressed by the way he described you as the Dark Jester. A peddler.
I kind of like it myself, actually. It's, I'm not sure about the Jester. I suppose if he'd used King, it would have drawn a lot more attention to me. Maybe I'm just a knave of hearts, I don't know.
He whispers closer to you as he says, maybe not too much attention. You know how we are.
Exactly. So it did bother me a little, the fact that he seems to single me out that way. So I'm going to be heightening some security and making sure that leaks don't happen.
Smiles at you wickedly as he says, you take care of yourself, Mordecai. You take care.
I always take care of myself.
Annabelle requested for your presence at the auction.
Not busy with the the auction. Yes.
It will take place within the week. The information will be sent to you. Some of our... He pauses in that moment, looks to the left, looks to the right with his snake-like eyes as he says, some of our friends will be there. And I'm very, very excited to show you what we have in store. Yes.
I'm excited to see. I look forward to it, my friend.
He waves you goodbye as he begins to shuffle out of Elysium. Saham then approaches you, Toledo. After putting away the body and speaking with the hounds, he says, we may need you on the hunt. We believe that Strumms is hiding more information. We will get more out of him. If he says he knows the locations, then we're going to need more of our clan to take care of it.
I am, as always, at your disposal. And you know I'm better at the dispensing justice rather than pulling it out of people. So you just tell me when and where, and I'll get to chopping.
A friend of mine will let you know. But for now, I must take my leave.
Happy hunting.
He nods to you as he begins to move out of Elysium. Dom, you are left there, particularly alone in the middle of Elysium, while your coterie members are speaking to their respective primogens and other people. You seem to just be looking around idly. No one seems to want to talk to you. Nobody seems to be eyeing you. It's kind of a strange feeling, but it's kind of a good feeling at the same time, as no one's trying to bother you at the moment.
It's a relief.
There are some kindred here that you can speak to if you wish. Kritios is still here. Damon, if you so desires, you can talk to him. But Mordecai and Toledo are here as well, if you want to talk to them. Scarlett, on the other hand, is somewhere off in the distance speaking to Annabelle.
I want to go in that direction because I want to retrieve Scarlett.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I want to introduce her to Critias.
I'm gonna stick by the baby bird and keep her out of shit.
Okay. Let's rewind time just a little bit for Miss Annabelle to have a conversation with Scarlett. As she pulls you aside, Scarlett, she gives a wonderful, beautiful smile once again to your direction as she says, well, look at you doing so much in your first week here in Chicago.
Thank you.
How are your studies coming along, dear? She says.
It is doing great. I really like how you look right now. You are very beautiful, very stunning.
She actually twirls by herself right now. She spins around on her heel and she curtsies to you. Well, thank you so much, dear. I'm sure we can do something about your getup as well. I'm sure you're not being dressed up by that bruja man.
Unfortunately so.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to pull you aside from your daddies. I don't know what you want to call them. And formally invite you to a party. A Toreador party at the Stanley Greer Mansion.
Of course, I would be happy to join.
Well, she looks over your clothes once again and your hair. We'll have to dress you up.
Of course. It is not fit for your party.
Oh yes, it's very, very out of style, to say the least. I'm sorry, dear, but yes, I'll have to dress you up and make sure you look presentable to the other Toreador. If you have anyone that's you'd like to bring along, just one, you're free to do so. And choose wisely. Please don't bring a Nosferatu in my party.
Of course not.
Thank you for your consideration. Oh, well, look who it is, she says to you as she kind of eyes Mordecai and Dom who are approaching. Really, I don't know how you deal with these two men.
Don't know either. Look at me.
Hi, gentlemen. Glad to see the both of you. Rather unharmed. That was a wonderful show, by the way. Truly sensational.
Now, Annabelle, you know I know when you're lying.
Oh, Mordecai, please. I wouldn't dare lie to your face. That's only something the ministry does.
Oh, you're a little venomous tonight yourself.
Sorry,
So what
Scarlett
plans
got
do
on
you
my
have?
nerves with her outfit. Did you dress her up this evening, or did he? She looks over to Dom.
Darling, look at me. Why would I have dressed her in anything but the finest?
Is it one of those lesser known presence powers that, like, whenever two Toreador get close to each other, they turn into complete assholes?
She smiles at you, Dom, as she says, "Of course. We're the..." She looks over to Scarlett
Yes.
to find words to relate to her, as she says, "The Mean Girls."
Well, here's something.
Of course I am, she says as she curtsies once again.
So what are your plans for our little chickadee?
Oh, I was just inviting her to our Toreador Elysium. Would have to show her the ropes, as obviously she needs a feminine figure in her life. I'm sure Miss Stewart is, but someone who can relate to her, if you know what I mean. So Lido, you are now continue finish your conversation with your sire Saham. You notice that Dom and Mordecai and Scarlett are now speaking to the Toreador Primogen. Do you waltz over that direction, or
I don't know about waltz. Look, I'm like,
Ayo B, Ayo B. You hear like a voice call out from one of the nearby like bookshelves. Ayo B, over here. Psst.
I see the person.
You look over in that direction. You see a short, kind of lanky. Or she's not lanky. She's like kind of skinny. You can't see it underneath all the baggy clothing she's wearing. She's wearing like a massive hoodie, some sweatpants. Her hair is done up in a bun, and she's got like headset hanging on her ears.
Yeah, she seems cool. Yeah,
Come here,
I'll
come here.
approach. What?
What's up, B? She says as she kind of gestures with her right hand to kind of give you like a little dap or like a handshake of some sort you've probably never seen before.
Toledo's hip. He makes sure, he makes sure to keep, especially now he's a teacher, he tries to keep up with the trends.
Okay.
Yeah.
She gives you like a little bit of a dap as she kind of, shakes your hand and says, "Hey, yo, that's what's up, B." She smiles at you. "I like your cut." I was,
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah. Listen. Sammy boy told me that I should introduce myself to you.
Oh,
Sammy. Good old Sam.
Saham?
Your sire, yeah. We tight. We like this, you know what I'm saying?
You call him Sammy boy to his face.
Well, I wouldn't say that to his face, but he knows what I call him. I call him Sammy boy.
All right.
Doesn't like it, but it sticks.
Yeah, I don't think it would. So why did he think we should meet? Are you in the hunt?
Shit, fam. Yeah. We part of the family. Same family.
Okay, that's good. We probably need some new blood. Oh,
New blood? The hell are you
Nothing.
talking about? I've been in the city more than you. I've been in the city longer than you have.
yeah, I've been in the city, but if you've been in the blood longer than I have.
Oh, shit, fam. Don't you know? I'm the whip.
Oh, all right. Well, pleased to meet you. What was your name?
Oh, her name's Aisha Rana, but you can call me Mommy Dearest because I own the streets. She says that she kind of folds her arms right there and she kind of looks tough, but her small stature, you kind of looks just comical to you.
Okay, good to know. You're the one supposed to let me know when shit goes down and who I got to stab and whatnot, I guess.
Damn right.
So we got a whip and everything. This is like the real deal then. You're in the whole political thing. Interesting.
Yeah.
How you like that? How is that?
Yeah, weird times. I mean, Ma's been like all silent and quiet and shit, but she's making me do
Who?
all the errands. Ma. My sire. Khadijah.
All right.
The Primogen.
Oh, all right. Right. Yeah, there's a lot of us here now. What's going on with all that?
She looks to the left, looks to the right, making sure that no one's listening, and she says, "Hey, yo, some shit's going down, fam."
Yeah, you don't get this much Banu Hakim in one place unless shit's going down.
Yeah. We'll talk later. We can't talk here, you know what I'm saying? We got clan secrets. Tremere might be listening in, if you know what I mean.
Speaking of, what do you know about the Tremere here? Specifically a Portia.
Oh, you mean that pretty little thing? Oh, she harmless, bro.
All right, good. She took a real interest in one of my compatriots.
Yeah, you know who you should be worried about? The regent. He's always been up to something, you know? He's got like this I heard
He's Tremere, yeah.
Yeah, but I heard he's got like this whole drama thing going on with one of the other Tremere by the name of Tracy. Miss Graves? Oh, by the way, I'm giving you all this information for free, but usually, I'm the person you talk to if you need some info, if you know what I mean. I'm real good at my job, you know?
Okay, that is good to know.
That's it for your freebies, though.
All right, I'll keep that in mind, and I will see you around.
Yeah.
Wait, should I be one more freebie for me? Just simple country boy, big city, you know. I need my training wheels a little bit. Should I be worried about that? I'm gonna point over to Scarlett and Annabelle.
You should always be worried about the Toreador Primogen. Clan of Roses got me fucked up for like so long. I never liked their clan, really. Always creeped me out. The way they do their things. All the fake shit. Ain't no room for that in the streets, you know what I mean?
It's exhausting, but
I kind of like
fun
that
to look
guy.
at.
The leather jacketed one. I think he's cool.
Dom is very good at hitting things, and you know what? I appreciate the hell out of that.
At this point, Dom's ears are just burning. Like, he's just like
The urge
Yeah.
to sneeze.
It's I'm gonna be genuinely bummed out when the prince executes him for mouthing off one too many times, but is what it is.
Oh shit, B. Here's a freebie. He's on strike 2.
Only strike 2. Good on him.
Hey, you don't want to find out when it's strike 3. You don't want to be relocated, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, and
But hey,
Donnie burn
shit.
bright.
Hey, shit. I gotta go. Here, take my number. I gotta get somewhere. One that guy I think is he needs me right now.
All right, take it easy.
I'll see you, fam.
Take the number and slowly make my way towards the wayward student.
Meanwhile, as he's kind of doing this little bit with Aisha, Annabelle smiles at the three of you as she says, "Oh, I hope you boys take care of my little black petal here. She's so... Just look at her. Just look at her." She smiles. Isn't she just so... Oh, what's the word? She looks at the both of you expectantly.
Really nothing.
well, she's something.
Oh,
Bait.
yeah, something.
The word you're looking for is bait. And we're not going to take it. Darling, your party, your soiree, your Toreador fete. Is there any particular dress code that you would like us to influence your little black petal into?
I actually was just telling her.
Party. Chances are it's probably nothing under $70,000. I'm guessing.
She kind of the shrug. She shrugs at Dom as she says, "He does have a point, but I expect her to be early during the party, as I'm the one that's going to dress her up. Make her
Oh.
my little flower, the star of the party, if you must say."
The start of the party.
Well, yes.
What an honor.
You are, of course, new to the city, and I want to get off on the right foot. So, next week, Toreador Elysium, Stanley Greer Mansion. Bring a +1 if you wish, but you don't have to if you don't have anyone. It's completely fine. I'm sure we'll find you an artiste or two to get your hands on, as usual.
Yes, because there is not really a good-looking man around lately. Sorry, Mr. Mordecai, you're not really my type.
Wow. I'm way too old for you.
Mordecai is beautiful.
And I'm standing.
Oh, it's the priest.
Ugh. He's the reason why I can't dress up proper. He goes like, the skirt is too short.
He's
the
limiting
shirt
you.
is too
How
revealing."
dare!
Wow.
It's like dealing with a sack of cats.
God. She dramatically puts her the forearm against her forehead as she just dramatically kind of sighs and says, "I can't handle this right now. I can't. I'm so sorry, but I can't. I just can't take this energy." Well, gentlemen, I'll have to excuse myself. It was a pleasure acquainting myself with the four of you. Have a good rest of your evening, dears, she says as she kind of, smiles at the four of you kind of fakely and walks away.
So is fucking melodrama like kind of an Auspex presence power, or is it just presence?
Honestly, it is, but
It might just
there's
be
something going on.
Toreador thing.
There's
Scarlett,
something going on.
what did she want?
She wants me to attend this party of hers with a +1. Or not. If I can't find anybody who looks good. And she said I am the star of the party. She's gonna dress me up.
You're going to be hazed.
Basically,
Yeah, you don't want to be a pet project for a bored Toreador. Does not.
And Annabelle seems bored. There is something seriously wrong right now, and I don't know what it is.
Yes, but
She's
I can't
never,
really decline it.
in
Oh, sure
all
you can.
my years here, she has never treated me like that.
Like what?
Completely and utterly dismissive. It was like I wasn't even standing next to you.
How
She's
much
never been
experience
like
do you
that.
have with other Toreadors, Scarlett?
Nothing.
This is dangerous. I don't like
You
it.
remember how I walked up and I realized that both of you were being catty assholes when you were near each other? Picture an
Yes.
entire room full of that bullshit.
Sounds like high school.
It's worse. It's high school with presents.
Ah. Well,
Yeah, and usually you're not really risking popularity as much as like people underestimate the Toreador a lot. They're all a pain in the ass. But I've seen what happens when a Toreador goes bad. And it's I'd rather deal with most clans than that, to be honest.
Yes, but I can't really decline a Primogen's invitation. Especially, I'm new to the
That's
Camarilla,
true.
I'm new to this city.
So
Do you know any
Here's what
other
we're gonna
Toreador
do.
in the city?
No.
you should bring a +1. And you should make sure that +1 is someone that can be someone that Toreador aren't interested in and can also get in their way if they need to be. You got two great options right here. Assuming Dom could put up with a night of that.
Yes, but Annabelle did say that to pick somebody who is of our level, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're going to want to disappoint her. If you play her game, you will lose. It's better, like right now,
Is it?
you see
There's a middle
Mordecai's
dis-
heart breaking right now because he's replacing Mordecai with you. You don't want to get put, you don't want to get caught up in all that. It's better
Not breaking it all.
to disappoint her from the beginning, so then she's just done with you and it's not worth playing games.
Dom,
If
do you know?
Go ahead.
Never mind. I walk off and I go beeline straight to Critias. And I
Yeah,
call back
he's-
over my shoulder. Scarlett, come this way, please.
What? Good.
When you're done.
Okay.
Carry on when you're done. It's fine.
Yeah, he's definitely fallen into that trap that Toledo just mentioned. There's
Yeah,
gonna be
like-
a celerity slap fight sooner or later.
Do you have a
And Mordecai's
lot of
good at twisting people
experience?
around his finger. So this is someone who has him twisted around her finger. So this is a whole different level that we it's just better not to play at all.
Do you have a lot of experience
I-
with dealing with Toreador?
Yes, I've killed quite a few Toreador in my day.
Not killing. No,
Oh,
please,
no.
please do not kill in Annabelle's party. I will forever be known as the girl who brought the date who killed everybody.
No, I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, I when kindred, go bad, Toreador seem pretty prone to that. Also, a remarkable amount of contracts come from Toreador as well. They're real quick to hire us to kill someone because the reasons are some of the most petty shit. I try to avoid those jobs. Dom, you have any experience with the old Tories?
got some, but mostly keeping him at arm's length.
Well, she said just bring one. We'll have to make you presentable then. Or which one of you is coming. We'll have to make whoever it is presentable. Oh god. And then I'm just looking at like Toledo and Dom like
I mean, I've always dressed formally. This is a...
Yeah, but you look too much like a priest and your face tattoo and
Okay, well, I could take off the collar. Can't do much about the tattoos.
can you remove the cowboy hat at least?
And I bet there's a weird number of people that party that have some sort of priest thing going on. Dom, I'm sure, has a fancy jacket too. You have a good leather jacket that hasn't been. All right, well, you have one
This
leather
is
jacket
my
that
fancy
is.
leather jacket.
Yeah, that is less scuffs and less cigarette burns than his other one. So, Scarlett, this will be your decision. Either one of us will be mildly annoyed and hopefully entertained. Or maybe we could both find a way there.
Or maybe I can find somebody else to accompany me and you guys figure out how to get into the party.
Who would that someone else be? Who do you know? You just know they're students. And you ain't taking another little lamb in there for the slaughter.
I'll ask Mordecai and then I go to Mord.
Okay.
I'm gonna check my
Always comes to
phone.
Mordecai.
If there's a text.
Oh yeah, vibration.
Yeah, you all receive a text from Mordecai. He says he's gonna go talk to Cretias. But as we jump over to that direction, Mordecai, you eventually get to Cretias, who seems to be having a conversation with his childer, Damien, as he strokes his beard kind of quite a bit. But he looks over in your direction as he says,
Bow very deeply.
Oh, he bows to you as well as he presents himself. What can I do for you, Mr. Mordecai?
A number of things, actually. I was going to speak to you at length at your convenience about your school, and how some other schools in town, may they stay nameless, might not be doing the best at educating the youth in the proper way. I was also wondering about your revered clan and its scholars, and whether any had any inclinations to study anthropology and the condition of behavior of certain clans and certain situations.
Oh, well, not to brag or anything, Mr. Mordecai, but I myself am a scholar, and I like to study. I've been studying many clans and, well, their behaviors around others for the longest time now.
And your experience, Reverend One, is immense and phenomenal. I'm wondering, do you have a protege that might be free for an evening for a little, one part arm candy, one part scouting mission, one part investigative academic study?
His gaze turns towards the only protege he has, which is Damien. He crosses his arms, seeming very unhappy about the suggestion.
Our own protege, and I sort of gesture obliquely towards the group with Scarlett, has been tasked by Annabelle to attend some kind of fete, And seeing as how our protege has just recently become quite, I'm not going to say influential, but noticed by the prince, among others, the sharks have started to circle in a way. And I would consider it a tremendous favor if she were to have some accompaniment that not only fit the necessities of the party, being reasonably attractive or plus dressed exceptionally well and being a scholar of some kind, but also to make sure she gets out of the party with all of her limbs. In exchange for that, I feel very strongly that I could convince a number of fledglings to undertake a more rigorous and disciplined scholarly approach under your.
He looks over to Damien and kind of meets eyes with him as Damien says, "So you want me to go to a fucking party? Annabelle's party."
Consider it field research.
Why the hell would I go?
Think of it as
Isn't that
as
more of
much
your
as-
types?
No, not mine. No, this is not my party. I would go, but she already has my number, as it were. Think of it as a way to assess for potential enemies. You can address concerns with regards to her.
I don't like how he's
security
beating around the
measures.
bush, Critias.
Oh, I'm not beating around the bush, my friend. I'm being completely straight with you. She's up to something, and I don't know what it is. Annabelle has not taken a shining to someone of this youth and yet status in a long time, and it's a bit concerning.
But Damien, I think it's time for you to take a break from your duties and perhaps join her. This will be a little project of your own to see and socialize with other kindred. You've been spending way too much time in the streets anyway. Damien immediately grits his teeth as he says, "I'm not in the mood for partying." Damien, Critias says, coaxing him into whatever Mordecai is saying. It is at this point that Scarlett, Toledo, and Dom finally arrive and reconvene with the group, just as Damien kind of, shakes his head and storms off.
Sure, he'll come around.
What was that
Most
about?
Reverend Ruha Elder, may I present our little protege, as it were, Annabelle's hopeful not completely pet project, and possible future scholar, Scarlett, the Ruha Elder, Critias.
He doesn't even, he takes one good look at Scarlett just for a second before his eyes snap away towards Dom and Toledo.
What do I do
Pretty
now?
is
up.
Gentlemen,
Let's see.
What's the word from the Bruja?
I like what you have all accomplished so far, and, well, I'm sure you all wouldn't have made it this far if Mr. McGregor wasn't here, yes? He says proudly.
Sure.
Yes, of course. The Bruja have always been the most visionaries, you would say.
Oh, you think he's one of those type of Burha? No, he's not.
There might be hope for him. I see it, yes. I see it. I've heard some stories about him. I can, of course, attest to that. I was more very curious as to how you all will have this role to play in the future of Chicago.
Yeah, I'm not good at acting.
You need to be good at acting.
Well, in any case, I will speak more to Damien about this little play date. However, as for our terms, Mr. Mordecai, we'll discuss it at a later date.
Wait, you're gonna go with Damien?
What?
Shit.
Mr. Mordecai, what the fuck did you do?
Good evening to the group of you.
Good
evening.
This has been
Good
a
luck
pleasure.
on running the second most successful school in the city.
Oh, he runs another school.
Did you just... Oh God, did you say that under your breath or out loud?
It sounded like out loud.
That's a compliment. That's a big deal.
Oh
It
my.
was out.
Don't fuck this up.
Why don't you
Oh,
piss
no,
off
why?
all the Brujas in one night? That's great. Yeah, I have to make a roll for Kritias now.
I mean, to be fair, he hasn't pissed me off yet, so.
God.
The
Oh,
night is
God.
still young.
Did I mention Kritias is very old?
Oh
So
God,
his-
Lito.
He's a scholarly
I
type.
might want to start stepping back
Yes,
for it.
negative.
I'm stepping back.
He has a -4
I
modifier
think
to his frenzy.
behind Dom. Dom.
Oh, you're lucky. Oh, you're so lucky. With 4
Yeah, sounds-
successes,
Oh,
Dom's
you
not
resist the urge to punch a hole through the nearby wall as you say those words, Toledo. He pauses in this moment as he looks back at you. You see the Bruja rage in his eyes, and he kind of just snaps back into wherever he was going and marches off.
it was scary.
Oh yeah, he's still got some of that Bruja in him. That's for sure.
I mean,
Why did you
Technically,
say
he's got
that? I didn't
a
even
lot
know
of the
there's
Bruja.
another school.
What? It's a school rivalry. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. When you're in one school, you gotta talk shit on the other school. I never
Yeah,
had that experience. I
The
gotta get it now.
teachers are not supposed to do that. Yeah, the
What's that?
professors
Oh, I'm
are
sorry.
not
I forgot
supposed to do-
Scarlett knows how to deal with people. And please go on. What am I supposed to do?
you gonna kidnap their mascot next? Like, what are you gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. That shit's fun.
Oh.
But anyway, we got you're dating Damien now.
What? Mr. Mordecai, what did you do?
Looking that way.
Well, since you didn't want to go with an in-house option,
Yeah,
someone's had
because
to.
look at you. The only
I
option is an
arranged-
ex-convict and an ex-convict. This is...
I arranged protection
I've never
from a
actually been
neutral
a convict.
party.
Oh, then a biker.
And I served my time, so I've paid my debt to society.
So, Mr. Mordecai, you were saying?
I arranged some protection from a neutral party that Annabelle would not fuck with.
And what is the price for this? I feel like
Yeah, exactly. If
Yeah.
you go outside the company, you're gonna have to pay a price. So that
we
means
just
there's some
learned the
deal.
boons and stuff like that.
Very good,
Don't
Scarlett.
worry about the price.
Oh, and now he's mysterious about it, and we can't know, but it's for our benefit. See, this is the typical vampire bullshit that you get.
The
when it
price
starts.
is yet to be arranged, but the price is between myself and Critias.
Well, that just sounds dandy.
And is Damien okay with this? He didn't look
Of course he's not.
Yeah,
happy.
why would he be okay with this? No one's okay with this. We were doing this as a favor. We should be charging you a boon, but you know what? It ain't a bad option though. Mordecai's right. Ain't gonna fuck with Damien.
No, you're not.
Damien is easy on the eyes. He's in a band too. Did you know that? That's cool. You could do worse than Damien. Honestly, Damien could do way better than you.
Well, he
But
certainly is a
you're
better
very
choice
annoying,
than-
Scarlett, and if you annoy Damien, yeah, that's gonna be funny.
We shall see. I will try my best not to. Apparently,
I am
I have
satisfied
a gift
that
of
you will-
annoying everybody and angering them every time we talk.
Yeah, I thought that was your thing. Wait, is that an accident? I thought you do that on purpose.
Yeah, I do it on purpose.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if that's your thing, own it. That's fine.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it on purpose with... I don't want to get punched.
Yeah, I
Have
mean,
my
if you
head
can turn it
cut
off, that'll be the time to turn it off.
I will
This'll be
behave. It is Annabelle's party. I don't want to embarrass myself any further. I just want to disappoint, not mocked.
Oh, they're gonna mock you no matter what. They're gonna mock you even if they like you. They're Toreador. If your goal in this is not to get made fun of by the Toreador,
You just
I
have
got
to
nothing
hold
for you.
of me. That's it.
there you go. Be boring.
Very boring. Alright, now what next? When is the penalty?
A week from now.
A week from. She's gonna dress me up and make
She
me look
is.
good. Oh, dear God, please not
Yeah,
revealing.
if you're lucky,
In
it's not
fact-
going to be a meat dress.
In fact,
A meat dress.
it might behoove you, Scarlett, to have practice a little bit of restraint in a way. If Damien is anything like our friend, he may have the fire in his blood more often than not.
From-
It might help you and the evening if you have some means by which you can socially help him control his anger, accomplish his mission that he has been given by Critias, and therefore ingratiate yourself to Critias.
That is a very good idea, and dare I say, a pretty solid sort of start to some sort of kindred romance. Two people with an attitude problem teach each other the error of their ways.
I'm sure I read it in a
Fire
book
and
somewhere.
ice.
Yeah, it's
I've
like
seen
a-
that movie.
young adult
Mr.
novel,
Toledo,
and here all
you
of a
keep
sudden-
trying to have me be romantic with somebody. Is this your
Not
thing?
romance.
Are you like a
Not
hopeless
romance.
romantic? You read too
Power.
many books. Power. Oh, I like the sound of power over Toledo's
Power.
romance.
If romance happens anyways, that's fine, whatever. But it's power. It's all about leverage. It's all about pulling favor and showing your usefulness to the right people.
Yeah.
Use Annabelle's party as not a chance to ingratiate yourself to Annabelle, because that's not going to happen. But a chance to ingratiate yourself to Critias, which can, with some work.
Okay.
And phrase it as a chance for you and Damien to help each other survive the evening and learn what he needs to learn. You learn what you need to learn, and you demonstrate enough assistance to Critias that makes you an ally.
Okay.
Is that what you want, Scarlett? Is that you're one of those vampires? Just power. One of them, just the classic. I live forever. I'm gonna try to be important.
I don't really know what I need to do.
No, the whole
Everyone-
power thing. Yeah, that's a red flag. Okay. The fact that you responded to that We got to get a new protege. All right. I'm gonna go to school.
Yeah. And on that note, as you all kind of take your leave from Elysium and head into your own respective doings for the evening, we're actually going to be doing a few things here, as it is now time for us to start doing the time skip. We're going to go ahead and jump from one week to another to see what our coterie will be up to in the next few months. So, immediately after the Elysium, a few nights later, we see Scarlett as the camera drifts away drifts towards the University of Chicago, the Stuart Freeman Academy. We would notice that Scarlett is seemingly maybe a bit nervous in her room, perhaps trying to debate whether what to wear, even though Annabelle has already told her that she's dressing her up. It is early hours of the evening, perhaps around 8 o'clock, 8:30 or something like that. You know that someone is supposed to pick you up tonight. That someone is your date. As you await there, maybe anxiously, you remember the words of your coterie members, your three Vlads, not to piss Damien off, and you know this subconsciously as well. But eventually 9 o'clock rolls around, as you notice Frankie and Brian kind of just watching you from their own from their room. You just kind of peer out of the crack of the doors as they just watch you leave. They wave you goodbye, but Sia also kind of grabs you by the shirt as she says, "Oh, be careful, Scarlett."
I will. Don't worry. I'm just a bit nervous, but I'll be fine.
Okay. Don't piss off the sheriff.
I'll try not to.
All right. Have fun.
Fun. Okay.
As you walk out of the dormitory hall, you would notice that Damien is there. He's kind of wearing a black blazer over a what seems to be a V-cut shirt with a name, a title on the shirt that says Baby Chorus. Right, inside, as he wears black slacks and some black shoes, he looks to be sort of well dressed for a Bruja. But you can see that his, he's getting a little angsty as he waits there in the courtyard for you.
That's a nice shirt.
Thanks, it's my band's name.
Oh, you're part of a band.
Part of it, before he begins to go on a rant about how you don't know of his band. He just says, "Come on, we're running late."
Let's go. You can tell me about your band on the way.
Okay. As he drives a black sedan for this evening, and you kind of just pile in the front seat as he gets in the driver's seat, and you notice that all of your classmates are kind of just gathered by the courtyard, and they kind of just wave you goodbye as Damon drives off towards the north part of Chicago, where the Stanley Greer Mansion is located. Funnily enough, as you drive through downtown district and into the Gold Coast, you would notice that this is actually pretty nice. Places here, as mentioned, are wealthy. It looks like they're Hollywood homes, pretty much. Riddled with mansions, large lawns, unnecessarily large homes, things like that. And it's of course, that Mordecai lives in this area. But you don't drive off to his location. Instead, you take a left and you drive off into a hill that leads towards a particularly large gated, wall. And inside of it, past the gated wall, is the Stanley Greer Mansion itself. It stands about 3 floors high. It has old Victorian vibes to it, and it seems like it's it's very well kept. There are bushes and bushes of roses. There are some trees here and there that are scattered about the lot, and there are vines that kind of growing kind of nicely against the stone walls. As Damon kind of pulls up in the parking lot, you immediately hear the beautiful classical slow music playing inside. As the double doors kind of open for you above the steps, you would notice that there is a dark red velvet carpet that kind of goes towards the interior of this mansion. And you are immediately welcomed by none other than our glittery friend, Brett Stryker. He wears what seems to be a very, very neon pink sort of tuxedo and a kind of a pink hat. He looks like a pimp at the moment. There's even a feather sticking out of his his little top hat, and he wears like a black vest underneath. And of course, he is accompanied by all the glittery sparkles all over his pretty much outfit as he kind of bows to you as he says, "Oh, there you are. Our little fledgling."
Kind of nervously like hold on to Damien's arm and then go give him a bit of a bow. So like, "Good evening, Mr. Stryker."
"Oh, you remember my name. That is great. That's just so great. Yes. Annabelle is expecting you."
"And where is Miss Annabelle?"
"Down the hall, dear. To the right, there is a dressing room and she patiently awaits there for you. I believe some other guests are there as well. Oh, and help yourself to the drinks. Don't get too carried away. Oh, and
Yes.
he's your date?" he says to you as he kind of looks at Damien up and down.
Yes, doesn't he look dashing as I like touch him on the chest?
He does he closes his eyes for a bit, kind of pinches the bridge of his nose as he says, "Yeah, just fabulous, dear, fabulous," as he begins to kind of shift away from Damon, who is now giving him a mean look.
I give a wink at Damien and then I go towards Annabelle's area, I guess.
Yeah. As you go down as you walk forward through the red velvet carpets, you would notice that there is a grand piano on the left-hand side. There seems to be an individual there playing. You've only seen him once before, and that was at the first Elysium. But you would notice Nero. He goes by the name of Nero. He's very handsome Toreador. He's got like long dark hair. He's wearing like a black sort of suit, all black outfit with red sort of accoutrements here and there, and he is lost in the music as he begins to continue playing the piano. It's actually a very, very captivating song he's playing. I think it's a minuet of Mozart or something, but eventually you make it to the very end of the hall, and to the right there is an open door that leads to the dressing room. Damon then says, "I think I'm gonna stick here if my other bandmates are here."
Of course. I'll see you later then.
"Yeah, I'm sure you'll take your time."
Annabelle will take her. Alright.
Okay. As you walk into the dressing room, you would notice Annabelle immediately. She's wearing a long, silvery dress. She got her hair kind of parted to the side, and she kind of just smiles at you and she says, "There you are, dear.
Good evening,
Now,
Miss Annabelle."
Please get your clothes off because we have a lot of work to do. A lot."
Start taking off my clothes, I guess.
Yeah. With insane speed that you've never seen before, Scarlett. You see her dashing back and forth. faster than that your eye could follow as she goes into one closet to another, to a clothes rack, into the mirror, and she kind of starts dressing you up, and she says, "Oh, no, needs a little bit more," as she dashes back and forth once again, and it all happens in a few seconds before you find yourself completely dressed up. You you felt that there is now makeup all over your face, and you're now dressed in what seems to be a black gown that kind of is a bit revealing, but it's very form-fitting. Now that looks better, doesn't it?
Yes.
Look at yourself as she turns you towards the mirror. Quite interesting, isn't it? The way you see yourself and the way I see you. She boops you in the nose as she says, "Well, no time like the present." "Do mind your manners, dear," she says as she kind of, ushers you out. And as you do, you pile in towards the center of the chamber itself. As mentioned, there are portraits, there are sculptures, there are all sorts of accessories for the household here, and it's extremely beautiful. Even the ceilings reminds you of the Sistine Chapel, as there are paintings all over the place. Paintings usually of Annabelle. As everything here is reminded you that yes, what they were saying is true, that this is some sort of trap, and some vain sort of bane will of course come into play here anytime soon, especially at the fact that Damien is not wearing anything fitting, as she holds her hand to her mouth as she sees Damien here. She says, "Him?
Yes.
Really?
Isn't my date dashing?"
Much like the way
Very.
Much like the way Brett kind of pinched the bridge of his nose, you see Annabelle kind of almost actually extremely dramatically pinch the bridge of it, as she kind of does hold her hand against her forehead as she says, "Why would you do this? Why? Who put you up to this?"
No one.
"Who? No. Tell me, dear. Tell me right now. Who influenced you to bring this brouhaha to my party?"
Miss Annabelle, please. I find him very, very beautiful.
"Shut up. Just tell me who, and we'll leave it at that." You see her gritting her teeth, her fangs are kind of sprayed out. You can tell that she's probably losing it inside.
Give Damien a glance. And then maybe someone you know.
So you're not gonna tell me?
I'm just playing with you, Miss Annabelle. Do you really want to know?
She looks at you expectantly, and this awkward pause as the tension begins to build up between the two of you. Her eyes are glowing in this moment. She's faking a smile, but you know that there is something here, something wicked here. And if you don't answer her, you might have to pay the price.
It was Mr. Mordecai that gave the suggestion, because he saw how much I loved how Damien looked. And then I just kind of stare at Damien, like bewitched by him, like.
Go ahead and roll your charisma and performance, please.
Good looks apply.
Sure. Let's make a roll for Annabelle, just because
Oh god.
How many successes did you get, Scarlett?
5.
Okay. Composure and insight for Annabelle. With only 3 successes on Annabelle's part, you're lucky as she keeps it together in this moment. She says, fine. Mistakes are made. And as usual, I let it slip just once. Perhaps we could use this to our advantage. Yes, of course. We do need some entertainment for the evening. And luckily, his other bandmates are here. Did you know he was in a band, Scarlett?
Oh, he told me all about it. Quite fascinating. I want to see him perform someday.
I do have a question for you, she says as she studies you up and down. Do you know how to play any instruments, dear?
A few?
She smiles in this moment. As we fast forward a little bit after the chitter chatter. Annabelle then, after a few moments here, then presents the food for the evening. As artiste after artiste, painter after painter, sculptor after sculptor, musician after musician are brought in as she begins this event, she says, now, my fellow roses, after you all satisfy yourselves, I'd like you all to meet our newest rose, she says with a bright smile as all of the Toreador here have now gathered. Let me go and pull them up on the screen for you. You would notice these individuals here, these people, or rather, your clanmates. You notice a African-American woman with long curly hair with like moon hoops hanging from her ears. She's wearing a black dress. You would notice this woman as well. She has long dark hair. She looks to be of maybe European descent. She has piercing blue eyes. She's wearing a black fur coat and a black ribbon around her neck. And you also notice one particular woman that kind of stands out to you, Scarlett. She does not seem to be dressed like the other Toreador. She doesn't look super flamboyant in a way. She's wearing a simple all black gown, and she seems to be slinging something heavy on her shoulders, on her back. It's in like a black iron case. She is very strong from what it looks like as she's lugging that thing around. But eventually, Annabelle begins to party, all of you begin to feed and stuff like that. But eventually, she gets to the main event. Now that all of you have, acquainted yourselves with one another, why don't we get to our best form of entertainment tonight, which is, of course, music. And luckily, because of our little Miss Rose here, she's brought in Damien, our dearest sheriff, to perform for the evening. And since Mr. Klein isn't here, I believe that we need a volunteer to play the keyboard. So, Damien, go ahead and take your date up and play along with your band, and let us see how you all perform. Isn't that a great expectation for all of us? This is, of course, a Toreador Elysium, and no Toreador Elysium is completed without a performance. So, chop chop, she says as she looks at you expectantly as the stage is set out for you. Damon kind of the whole time, Damon is just enduring all of this. He doesn't want to act out. He seems to be very composed. And of course, this would be kind of right up his alley as he himself is a performer. You take the stage, Scarlett.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I don't want to embarrass my date and myself.
Damien takes to the stage. There is already there's an electric guitar prepared, there's a keyboard, there's some drums, and there's even a violin set out there for them. As you notice that Kathy takes the violin, Damien picks up the guitar, Nero gets on the drums, and Nero looks at you and he says, do you know how to play which one do you prefer? He says, as he looks at the keyboard or the drums.
The drums.
He nods his head as he goes to the keyboard, and you get behind the drum set. And as Damien begins to play, I imagine he has this conversation with the three of you. He plays one of the original songs, and he gives you like a handout on which notes to play and things like that. But we're gonna make this a roll for you, Scarlett. Go ahead and roll your dexterity and your performance, please. You can add a +2 bonus to this.
I'm also gonna rouse.
Might want to.
Yep. Clarity. And reroll.
Wow. Okay. 5 successes. All right. And we're going to play off of that as they all are very well rehearsed. And pretty much just counting on you to play the part of the drummer, as this is Evan's role. You don't know him yet, but you all perform an original baby chorus single. And you all just perform extremely well. All the Toreadors here are very impressed. All of them, our eyes are gazed upon you. If you even turn, well, I don't imagine you turn on presents, but let's say that the effect of your performance is pretty much like you turned on your awe, and everyone is entranced by the music as Damien continues to sing, Kathy on the violin, and you on the drums, and it's all going very, very smoothly. It is at this point that you notice that some of them, actually just one of them, Annabelle, is holding up her phone as she seems to be recording the entire thing, as she kind of sings along, and she kind of has this wicked grin on her face the entire time. You notice this as you perhaps play the percussions and whatnot, but you have an inkling feeling that maybe, just maybe, she's doing this for a reason. Or maybe she's just being Annabelle. This is her party after all.
No, she's doing this for a reason.
Okay. Eventually, you guys end your performance after 2 or 3 songs, and you get acquainted with some of the Toreador, and Damien eventually takes you home. As he drops you off, he kind of leans against the... you guys are now in a sedan. He kind of leans against the driver, the wheel, as he says, "Not too bad, kid. Wasn't too bad."
You're not too bad yourself. Thank you for being my date tonight. I know you were forced into it, but I had fun.
Yeah. So did I. Maybe you should come by the studio sometime.
Yeah, text me.
Alright. He smiles as you kind of exit out of the vehicle. And I'm wondering, how do you feel about tonight's show? I know we breezed through it, but as I mentioned, we have a lot to go through. But how does Scarlett feel as she comes back to her dormitory and enters her room?
Feel like I just stepped into a lion's den and I not prepared. Something's amiss. I feel like I stepped into a landmine and it hasn't gone off yet. Not sure if it's a dud or if it's gonna explode later, but something's wrong.
With these thoughts in mind, we see Scarlett as she kind of takes off her outfit. Miss Miss Annabelle probably just gave you that outfit. And, as you get comfortable in your own little dormitory, in your blank, rather dull dormitory in comparison to Annabelle's party, her mansion, you rest for the evening, or the day rather, and time passes. As we end that scene for Scarlett, we jump over immediately, actually in this same week. Mordecai. The camera then kind of drifts towards your direction as you find yourself in an auction. It is rather large. It's actually taking place in the Airy Crown Theater. Some Elysiums are held here, since you've been here for some time. But tonight, Annabelle and Marcel have rented this place out for a particular auction. Go ahead and roll your wits and awareness, please. Just to see who's here. Okay. With 2 successes, you would notice that some kindred are here. Some you may recognize, some you don't. But there are also kind here. Kind that you recognize to be those of the underworld community. One of these people in particular approaches you, Mordecai, as you step in to this auction house. It's still too early. You know that midnight is kickoff for the good stuff. As of right now, the things being presented on stage are rather dull and boring, but the good stuff usually happens at the latter portion. One of these people approaches you as they recognize you immediately. She is wearing this very low-cut sort of dress or cardigan dress, and over it is a cardigan. She wears like some sort of necklace over it that hangs just in between her chest. She has large gauges around her ears, and she's wearing very, very heavy makeup as she's extremely pale. She has dark auburn hair, and she looks at you sort of emptily, but you recognize her to be Meredith, your Hekata contact, or Mola, rather. Mr. Mordecai, it is good to see you.
It's been a while. Things have been quiet, disturbingly so.
Not if you're delving deep into the world of the spirits. They are never
That's
quiet.
just it. They have been quiet up here. Nary a peep on some of the places that I've usually found them.
Perhaps you're not looking in the right places, Mr. Mordecai, she says.
I've had a lot on my mind. Keys and locks. Deep dark holes.
Keys and
So
locks.
what have you brought this evening of interest, my darling?
A few occult items, some fetishes that were sought after by relic hunters. As you can see, there are many here who are willing to pay big bucks for the prime stuff.
Always.
Curious to see what you would like to purchase this evening.
I'm thinking I'm going to actually be in contact with you much more than I used to be. I'm getting bored again. And I would like to continue my research in regards to the other world.
You know how to contact me, Mr. Mordecai.
Always.
And I'm more than willing to share some studies, some knowledge regarding the spiritual world, the Shadowlands, for a price.
You know I'm always good for price.
Please enjoy the auction. We'll speak soon after.
I look forward to it, darling.
As the Giovanni steps away and takes her seat at the very center of the place, some more items are being brought out. As she mentioned, there are occult fetishes, some weird stuff from the West Coast, and also some stuff that you notice to be from Europe and Southeast Asia. But what interests you the most, Mordecai, as midnight kind of rolls around, some more items that may or may not be related to your ancestry. As one of these items are brought out, you would notice that there is a golden ornament that is right on the top of a pedestal. On top of this pedestal, this ornament, it looks to be what seems to be of Egyptian descent. It has a sphinx sort of face to this ornament, and it looks like it's a vase, but this sphinx is popping out of on one side of it, and the other side is a face of what seems to be an eagle or a hawk. Do you activate Sense the Unseen?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I imagine you do. And this golden ornament seems to glow an effervescent, bright yellow light.
Well.
Next to that, of course, is another occult fetish. It seems to have like a snake emblem to this little plate that is face up. And as the commentator kind of gives description of these, they all hail from Saudi Arabia and Egypt.
Yeah, I'll be bidding on those.
Okay. How much do you bid for them? The starting bid is 1 resource dot.
Let's go with 2 for now. See how hard it actually is.
2 resource dots for the man in the vest. Yes. As you kind of raise your nameplate up or your number up, and another person goes 2.5. $3, you hear from the back. 3 resource dots going once, going twice. Sold. Oh, say 4. 4 resource dots. As the whole crowd is silenced by the sudden outburst of you saying 4 resource. That's a lot of money. We're talking millions here. And the crowd goes silent as the commentator says, "Sold to the man in the vest." The crowd kind of applauses as Annabelle kind of leans over to you, as you imagine she's next to you. And she says, "Oh, looks like you've got some new toys to play with, Mr. Mordecai." Eventually,
I lean forward. I lean towards her. Take her chin under my fingers. Yes. You and I need to talk later.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. She smiles at you as the auction continues. The further and further in, it gets a little more from simple ornaments to occult fetishes and things like that, it gets a little darker as a cage is brought out. A cage that contains a little, well, she's not a little girl, but she's like a teenage girl. She seems to be about around 16 or 17 years old. She's very skinny, and she's got chains on her ankles and her wrists. And now, for one of our final products or items to be sold. This pretty young little thing. It's dangerous in her own regard. Don't be fooled by her skinny stature. She packs quite a bite. Mordecai, as you watch closely, as perhaps this has gotten your interest, you would notice that this girl, without a role, has some sort of feral eyes to her. Her eyes are wide, her hair is unkempt, she's wearing just rags at the moment, but there are scratch marks all over her arms, her legs, her neck, and part of her torso. She snarls as the guy kind of, taps on the metal bars as she says, we're starting to bid off with two resource dots going once, 3 resource dots for the man in the white, and it continues. So, I'm sorry, what was that, Mordecai?
Who seems to be the highest bidder for this particular lot?
You would notice, if you look over to your left, you would notice, like on the far end, there is a man in a white suit.
Kindred?
You don't recognize him, but when he starts spitting, he has a bit of an Italian accent.
Entrance him.
You want to entrance him? He's on the other end of the room.
Can I get to him before the bid closes?
The Airy Crown Theater is here. Let me show it up on the screen. Actually, I don't think I pulled it up on the screen, but
lots of people. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and it's a large theater.
And have I burned through all of my resource dots buying the other stuff?
Yeah.
Annabelle, darling.
Yes, dear.
I'll pretend to have not noticed that snub the other night at the Elysium, if you buy that for me.
Oh, darling, why would you want such a feral thing?
I don't like children imprisoned.
She thinks to herself as she ponders.
I mean, I did set you up. I gave you the opportunity to have the sheriff play his instruments at your soiree.
Oh. That was already in the works, but...
Oh, but it wasn't, though. He would never have shown up on his own. I pulled a lot of weight with Critias to do that.
Well,
I did it for you.
Oh, please.
You got to show off your pretty little petal flower again. She apparently practiced and performed quite adequately. And you got to put the sheriff on stage, on display.
Oh, that little chrysanthemum. Yes. Well, you're gonna owe me one for this. As she puts her name card up, her number plate up, 4.5 resource dots for that thing on stage. going, the commentator, the auctioneer kind of goes, 4.5 resource dots for the lady in black dress, going once, going twice, 5 resource dots. The man in white stands up. Well, 5.5, Annabelle says. 7, the guy says, and the whole room is floored by this.
Wow.
What's an insight, Mordecai? This very moment.
That's a lot of coins. Three.
With 3 successes, this guy really, really wants this baby werewolf for some reason. You can't tell what it is, but there is just, as you look at him, the way he stands, the way he has his fist balled up, you can tell that there is a certain amount of determination here, that maybe money isn't a problem for him. Money, well, let's not phrase it that way, that money isn't as important as what's going on here. Maybe there's something deeper, you can't tell, but you get an inkling feeling that there's something amiss once again.
I don't like this. And,
I tried,
darling,
dear.
How long have werewolves been being enslaved?
Oh, this thing? We're not even sure if it's a real werewolf or not. What if it's just some feral child they found up in the forest or something? You never know, really.
It is the 21st century, darling. It's not generally going to be accepted that children are wandering about in the wilderness on their own. Chicago.
She gestures towards the stage. This is an underworld auction.
True. Has this happened before? How many of these have gone through here already?
Aren't you? She is very surprised at this as remark, as she looks at you, kind of astonished, as she says, Aren't you in bed with Bronwyn? You should know how this goes, right? There's far more worse things here.
True. It's a bit concerning, though, if there actual lupines are involved. It's hazardous, to say the least. Yeah.
Oh, can't you see? She says as she gestures towards the bracers. With your sense the unseen, you can see that there are some runes and sigils that are glowing so faintly on them.
Well, I'm not worried about in here. I'm worried about out there. And what wolves would do to get one of their own back.
Well, it's not something you have to worry. You were to trouble yourself with, Mordecai.
True.
We didn't purchase it, so.
That is
so
true.
Sorry about that, dear.
That's
cannot.
all right. I guess I don't owe you anything then.
Sure you don't.
It bothers me though, darling, because it smacks of I don't know, it's something about it is not sitting well. We can't be doing that level of dirty and keeping our heads down at the same time.
No one knows this is an underground auction.
Who brought the lot in?
She looks around you. Everyone has a piece of the auction. Everyone has their own products lined up to sell.
Yeah, but who brought that product in?
She shrugs her shoulders. I don't know, dear. Why are you so interested in this baby creature?
As I said, I don't like children imprisoned, regardless of what they might or might not be. It's gauche. They're innocent, regardless of their upbringing. And they will be corrupted all in due time. But not before they need to be.
I see you have a weakness for children, Mordecai.
I have a weakness for innocence. I would like to preserve it as long as possible because I am the master of corruption.
She giggles.
I know
at this.
corruption will happen. I know temptation will happen. I've tempted you. But children who will not know anything other than their innocence lost will be destroyed before you can take advantage of any of the corruption that you instill. Where's the fun in that?
She rolls
the
her
sweetest
eyes.
taste is that from one who is freely giving the drink. You can't freely take anything from a child. And it saddens me that you seem to have forgotten that, my dear. What's going on with you?
Oh dear. I honestly don't care. Look at the people around you, Mordecai. You're all sort of got your toes dipped in the darkest parts of this world, and you're concerned about this child. You should be more concerned about your well-being.
I am perfectly content with my well-being, my darling Annabelle. And I am far deeper into this particular pool of darkness than you will ever be. Which is why, from down here, I can tell you that it does not benefit anyone to corrupt something before it's time. You don't take bread out of the oven before it's finished baking. You don't smash the oven door on a souffle. You nurture it and let it come to you when it's ready. That is the art of corruption.
She leans back on her chair as you can see her kind of piecing a couple of things together in her mind. Well, if it's that important to you, I'm sure I can find some things out. Don't worry, I'll have a talk with them. She smiles at you, and you've seen this smile before. There's something about it, but you can't tell what it is. The way she grins, the way her eyes locked onto yours. I'm sure it'll be both of our interests then to find out.
Absolutely.
She leans in closer to you as she whispers in your ear, "Don't worry. It'll be our little secret."
I have no secrets now. But what I can do is I can probably promise you another performance from the erstwhile sheriff at any of your soirees.
I don't give a shit about Damon. Mordecai, let's be real here. I want something much more. You know something. I know of it.
And what do you know of?
From the way it seems, you've gotten yourself to this particular pile, and I'm very much willing to see where it leads you. So, I'll find out whatever this lupine thing is, as long as you continue down this path. I just want to see what happens. I'm very curious as to what you discover, especially with those things that you just bought. I don't know why you want to purchase some vases and some plates where you can just buy them off of like the internet or something.
Sentimental reasons.
Oh, right.
Messiah's birthday is coming up. I need to get her something.
Whatever, dear, whatever you wish. And as she lets out an exhale and Ocean continues, we'll see Mordecai perhaps. Well, actually, you can't bid anymore as you've just spent 4 of your resource dots. But you will receive.
Money.
You'll receive 3 items. First is that golden ornament. The second is this plate with a snake symbol on it, and the third is what seems to be a sort of gold, a black gold cane. If you look at the black gold cane with sort of sense the unseen, you would notice that the top part of it glows sort of golden-ish, yellowish light to it.
Ooh.
And as we end this scene here, we'll move over to Dom. Dom, you are going to a meeting with the Italians or whoever Bobby's trying to set you up with. Do you take any of your coterie members?
I might actually take Mordecai.
Mordecai's at an auction.
See what Toledo's up to.
Okay. What about Scarlett?
Yeah, why not?
This all occurs in the same week, by the way. So, yeah, you take Toledo and Scarlett with you in this little trip. It's kind of awkward as you all gather at the outpost, mostly because Bobby keeps on eyeing Scarlett, and Scarlett probably pays no attention to him, while Toledo is very out of place. But you all find yourselves at the outpost. You have about an hour before going to the said meeting place.
So what is this about?
Well, I've got carving out my little section of the city. Need you guys here for backup, just in case things go sideways, which they have a tendency of doing.
And who are you meeting?
What are we dealing with here?
Yeah.
This kindred stuff, mortal stuff.
Sort of mortal, so far as I know. But it's Chicago. If it's the underworld, chances are it's been kindred for a while.
Sure. Didn't see you for the power playing type.
I'm just carving out my own section.
Carving out your own section in what way?
Making sure that my area is my area, and if they don't like it, they can fuck off.
Okay.
Biker on biker shit then?
Yeah, is it biker or?
It's slightly more advanced than that. It's more mob-ish.
Ooh. Alright.
What kind of mob are we talking about?
The kind that deals drugs.
What region? Talking Russia mob, Italians.
Louis, would I know that?
Bobby did say that they were the Italians. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the Italians.
Yeah, it is Chicago. Alright. Are there... What's the state of the Hakata in this city? Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
Toledo, can I borrow your cowboy hat for this thing? I don't want to be entangled exactly.
I have offered you my hat many times.
Yeah, but this
You
one
always
fits the
made
scene.
fun of me. You always.
So you don't want to?
No. I do. This is a big moment. I'm soaking it in. I down you, Scarlett. I'll hand her my hat.
See,
Straighten it on her a little bit.
Kind of figured it was one of them, things in a building where if you take it out, the whole thing falls apart.
You know what? No, this ain't a bad look for you. All right, like a proper lady.
Now we have to buy.
This is already a weird night, but
Yeah.
that's a good sign. This is a sign of good things to come, Scarlett. It's my lucky hat.
Let's hope that it is lucky.
All
right, let's
Is this
go.
Is this pre-date for Scarlett or post-date?
This is post-date.
Okay. So, how'd your date go? Was he respectful? Did he keep it above skirt? Like,
Nothing happened, but he did invite me to his studio sometime. Wait, storyteller, did we exchange numbers?
Yeah, you guys, of course, you guys exchanged numbers.
Yeah, I got his number, so that's something.
okay, yeah, just
Probably
probably
Leanne. All right.
little necking, heavy petting, probably that sort of thing. Whatever.
Nothing happened.
Tell him to
How'd
be
the-
respectful.
How'd the Toreador take it?
Oh, she went. She was very, very pissed and annoyed, and a lot of people looked like they were about to die when they saw Damien. I think he looks
Scarlett,
really
I
handsome. I
I've
don't
never been
see
so
the
proud of you in my life.
Yeah, it's that melodramatic Toreador horse shit.
Am I
Did you
supposed
say
to
you
be
think he's
doing that
handsome?
as well? Yeah, why not?
No, I
She's got a
agree.
crush.
I agree. I just thought I saw a twinkle in your eye.
You really need to stop reading those romance books, Mr. Toledo.
Hey, I'm just saying. I know what to look for in the signs. We just wait. Another boy's gonna come along. There's gonna be a little triangle thing.
As you say those words, you notice Bobby approaching. But he doesn't. He tries to play it cool, like he doesn't notice Scarlett. But he just goes up to Dom as he says, "Hey, boss. We should get going.
Yeah, we probably should get going.
Did you let him know the game plan?"
Right. So, Bobby here is going to pretend to be the leader of the biker gang. I'm going to pretend to be his lieutenant. And you guys just mingle in with the crowd. Bobby, get them jackets.
Yeah, already
He nods.
wearing.
But he looks like he's gonna stand out, boss. He points to Toledo as you see Toledo in his priest outfit, and everyone else is wearing leather jackets. I don't think the leather jacket's gonna cut it.
How about
Before
the-
he turned around when he was talking to Dom, and I heard his concern, I'm gonna obfuscate. He turns around to point at me.
What do you mean? What are you pointing to?
Yeah, he's really going to stick out, Bobby.
He turns around and he's like, "Hey, what the hell? What the hell? Where'd he go?"
Dom, your man, whatever his name is.
"It's Bobby," he says
Okay.
eagerly. "It's Bobby. It's Bobby."
Yeah, okay, Mobby.
Not
Well, you don't
Moby.
remember?
Might be
Bobby.
going crazy. Are you sure that he can pretend to be like the boss?
Yeah, I trust him.
Okay.
His eyes almost water at the moment you say you trust him, Dom. but he shakes it off as he says, "Yeah, I'm the boss. I'm Domhnall McGregor."
Yes.
Bobby McGregor? Bobby McGregor. I'm Bobby McGregor. Wait, should I use my real name, boss?
Just say you're McGregor.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna go with Kurt, but Kurt Cobain, but never mind.
Yeah,
Kurt
it's gonna
ain't
go
exactly
very well.
conspicuous if you go with Cobain. It's a little, little known that people, they kind of know him. Should probably avoid that. All right, let's go.
I was gonna go with Al Capone, but I think that's too out there.
Plus, it's already taken.
What do you mean?
Yeah, don't ask. Let's go.
Okay. As you all kind of exit the bar, you would notice that some of your biker gangs here, about 6 or 7 of them, are already like ready, and they're revving their motors and stuff, and their bikes. Scarlett, who do you ride with? Toledo, also, do you ride with Dom or Bobby? Here's the thing. You guys will have to ride on someone else's unless you guys have your own bikes. So.
I ask. Dom?
Is there like a spare bike we can use?
Oh, you can ride the bicycle.
Do we have a spare bike?
Not really, as you guys don't have that much resources.
I point at like the guy that's the lowest on the totem pole. I'll be like, you're staying here. He's taking your bike.
Oh man,
that's good.
He says as he kind of hops out, and well, they can't see Toledo as he's in obfuscate right now.
I'll unpop it if he says that. I can still talk quietly, so I can still communicate with Dom a little bit. But if he points to a dude,
you can ride a motorcycle and obfuscate. You see the bike going down.
Masquerade breach right there, please.
It's real ghost riding.
It's automated.
Yeah, as if I stepped from behind Dom. Approach, grab the keys. I promise, bring it back one piece.
Who do I ride
Scarlett,
with?
who do you ride with? Do you ride with Bobby, Dom, or Toledo?
Yes,
Don't ride with me.
Okay, I ride with Dom. I trust him to not.
Don't ride with me.
Okay.
Wait. So
No, ride with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just laughing at Toledo.
And the 3 of you follow suit as Bobby kind of leads the flock, but he puts on his helmet, and everyone kind of just follows him onto the deeper end of Chicago, the south side of Chicago. This is all happening while an auction is taking place, by the way, as Mordecai is not here, and we all know that you wanted to take the whole coterie with you, Dom, and perhaps another man would have been perfect for this scenario, but unfortunately Mordecai is preoccupied. So as you all kind of get to the meeting location, you guys dart past the desolate areas, and you guys actually passed by here before. If you all remember, the whole beast shard incident took place on the lower south, very very deep end of Chicago itself, by the river. Tonight, the meeting place is actually further down on the southwest side of the south side of Chicago. And as per usual, we're going into another sketchy warehouse because meeting places of criminals. So you guys are now in an abandoned warehouse. You pull up. Immediately, you notice that there are a few black vans that are parked outside this dilapidated place. And there seems to be a few men, about 3 or 4 men in what seems to be black suits that are, kind of pacing back and forth the warehouse, the outside of the warehouse, the perimeter of it. But on the inside, you would notice that there are lights that are, pretty much lit up, and there are people in there.
Let Bobby take the lead, but I'm gonna be like pretty much right back into the right of him.
As you all kind of walk in, Bobby leading the way as he takes off his helmet, as he kind of holds it to his side, acting very coolly, and he does indeed look cool in this moment. This small Mexican American guy, kind of, making a name for himself. And maybe Dom, maybe if you weren't the leader, he could pretty much be, the leader itself. Maybe. At least that's how he presents himself as he kind of strides forward, his shoulders lean back, his chin up, as he says, all right, let's do this. He marches in as some of the men kind of turn towards this direction, looking at each of you expectantly. Some of your biker members stay outside, of course, to try and maybe face off with the other 3 or 4 mafia members here if shit happens. But you all make your way inside, and from within you notice an individual with what seems to be a top hat. She's wearing like a black and white sort of getup. She's wearing a white button-up, and there is a vest underneath that. She has a scar on her left eye, and you can see that on her left eye there is, the pupil color is green, while the other is blue. She stands up as she says, "Oh, it's about time."
Do I recognize her? No.
I'm assuming I don't know.
Toledo will be obfuscated again. Go around a corner, pop that, and mosey on it.
Yeah, no need to re-roll your rouse.
I'm just keeping the cowboy hat so that only half my face can be seen.
Okay. Bobby then marches towards her. There seems to be a center point there, and as you guys look around, you notice that there are armed members here who just seem to be just standing on the second floor balconies and the sides and stuff. Your gang members, of course, are on each side of the door, and are just waiting for instructions as Bobby commences his conversation with this woman. You find out that this woman's name is Virginia Lansky, and she doesn't run it, but she's part of the organization that they're working for. Bobby then, speaks to her as he says, "And you can call me McGregor. Domhnall McGregor," he says coolly, as he kind of, after she introduces herself, and, she just kind of eyes him with her raised eyebrow. He stands there like, still the helmet, to his side. "And what can I do for you, Mr. McGregor? Why have you called upon this meeting?" And they begin to converse and talk to themselves. With what would you have instructed him to do, Dom?
Like, I would have told him that at least a 2-block area around the outpost would be either drug free or have to go through us in order to have anybody have any drugs.
Bobby talks to her about this, and she of course nods as Bobby proposes the idea. She says, "I'm sorry, who are you again?"
Is she referring to me?
She's talking to all of you now as a whole, as she notices all 3 of you behind Bobby.
All 3 of us. Toledo's not there.
Oh, sorry, two of you. Sorry. I forgot Toledo's obfuscated.
I've been made.
Oh, shit.
Are these your henchmen, Mr. McGregor? Scared little teenager and this old guy. You really brought the best of the best, haven't you?
It's probably a Toreador.
Well, are you going to answer or what?
My name's Bobby, and this is Scarlett. There's a little bit more here than meets the eye.
Right. She looks over to you, Dom. She eyes you up and down as she rolls her eyes, and she looks at Scarlett. Scarlett, I need you to make a composure and performance roll here.
Ooh, here we go.
Well, she makes a wits and insight roll.
Composure and performance. The good looks apply.
No.
No.
Actually, it kind of works against you in this moment.
Yeah, I feel like
it's gonna work against you.
Yeah, I need to blend in. Oh god.
She's gonna have to willpower this.
God.
DC is 5. Are you gonna reroll 2 dice? You can tie with her, as you both rolled 3.
Yeah. I'll try. Nope.
With 5 successes, she looks at you. She raises an eyebrow and she says, she shakes her head. Right. So let me get this straight. She turns back to Dom, not our Dom, but current Dom. She says,
the other Dom.
The other Dom. So you want us to leave your bar alone, your shithole of a bar. You set up this meeting for this. Really? We don't even want anything to do with that, but now that you've brought it to our table, maybe we do. You see Bobby sort of, his hand on the biker helmet is starting to tremble as he's starting to run out of things to say to her.
I just put my kind of hand on his shoulder a little bit.
Oh, he snaps out of it as he says, yeah. What are you going to do about it? Feeling the confidence that Dom is right behind him. Well, what is so special about this little bar that you have to come and meet me out here just to tell me to leave it alone? Now, I don't make the rules here, nor do I make the decisions, but now you have our interest. What's in it for us?
Well, if you don't make the rules or the decisions, find me somebody who does.
Do you make the rules and decisions for your group?
I do, yeah. And I kind of pulled Bobby back a little bit.
So Bobby is the leader of your group.
Actually, I am Donald McGregor.
I thought he was...
Catch up a bit, will you? He's pretending to be Bobby. He's pretending to be Dom.
Just in case you try any shit, you decide to try to take out our leader.
Seriously, this is the person making the decisions for the other group?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Darling.
Don't call me darling. I'm
This
not your
isn't-
darling.
Oh. She looks at you, Scarlett, and you recognize this look. She eyes you up and down once again. She knows.
Brought knives.
She knows you. You can tell she knows you. I'm sorry, run that by me again. Miss Russia? Miss Moscow?
Toledo's bringing a sword out.
This is not my deal. I'm just stating facts. Now, Mr. Dom, if you will. As I pull the cowboy hat a bit.
You see 6 or 7, maybe 8 men up on the balconies begin to kind of get a little anxious on their feet by taking out their Uzis. They don't point it at your direction, but you know that things are about to get intense here in a second. So, if you are the real leader of this group, what are you gonna do? Just attack us wholeheartedly?
Who said anything about attacking? I want to talk to somebody who, makes decisions. Clearly, that's not you.
Clearly, you're wasting our time.
Yes, you are wasting my time.
Mm.
So, run along, find somebody who holds your leash, tell them to come back.
I would advise you all not to stray further into this business, as you don't know what you're getting into. From what I understand, you don't know who runs the place, and, well, you're new in town. So, let me give you a fair bit of advice. She kind of walks up to Bobby as she kind of looks him in the eyes. Go ahead and roll your wits and insight, all 3 of you. Okay, 1 success for Scarlett, 2 for Dom.
Blood surgeon.
Oof. Oh no.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you guys don't notice anything. Dom, you kind of get the hint that that makes the air here has shifted a little bit. The hairs on the back of your neck and your forearm kind of stand up in this moment. As she says, I'll be seeing more of the 3 of you, or I guess the 2 of you. Whatever you have going on, whatever kink you guys got going on with swapping masters and stuff. All I'm saying is that your little bar, can't promise it'll be left alone now that you've brought our interest to it. In any case, and as she is about to say the next few words, and as you're about to say those words, her phone rings. It is a Nokia ringtone. And she picks it up as she says, she kind of just holds a finger up. She walks around a little bit to one of her men.
Can I stand right next to her and try to listen?
Yeah, you can listen.
Yeah.
She listens, and you hear a conversation, Toledo. You guys got it? The boss bought it. Understood. Understood. We'll be there as soon as possible. No, we're just taking care of some business here. Some some low-lifers. It's no big deal. Uh-huh. Good, we'll send some of our men over there. Airy Crown Theater, yes. We'll be there in 20 minutes. Click. Well, gentlemen, it was nice to speak to all of you, but we have to run.
Go back to your...
Men, she kind of rounds them up as they all kind of shift away, and they all take their leave.
Oh, one more thing. Tell whoever's in charge that if they send people around my bar, they're going to get sent back to you in body bags.
She doesn't say a word to that as she just walks out with a bit of a smile on her face.
Don't particularly care if she does. After a few body bags show up at her door, she'll start to notice.
I think I need to avoid the outpost for a while.
Did you say the assholes? Because you're a Toreador.
The outpost. Your bar. That woman recognized me.
Apparently a lot of people are recognizing you. Where did Toledo get off to?
I'm right here.
Oh.
He breaks out of his office gate. He spooks the both of you.
Can you
Bobby
stop
falls to
doing
his ass.
that?
Bobby falls to his ass as you pop out of office gas. He says, "Oh fuck! What? Where the hell did
Hey.
he come from?"
Can you not?
You did good.
And then I give back the cowboy hat to him. Just
Perfect. I'm gonna need this tonight. They're going to the Crown Theater.
Do we know that that's where Mordecai is?
If Mordecai told you, I imagine he told you that there was an auction go. Well, Mordecai wasn't supposed to tell you, but he would have told you. He might.
yeah.
Would he?
Because
He would have told you. Yeah.
Mordecai.
He's going to an auction, an underground auction that happens. That's taking place at the Airy Crown Theater.
Isn't
Isn't
that
On
that
the
where
east
Mordecai
side.
went?
yeah the auction thing?
Oh yeah. Apparently something's going down there that's urgent, and that's what they're going to.
Yeah, I'll text Mordecai, like, what's going down? My meeting just got interrupted by apparently your meeting.
What's going down right now?
No, what's
What
going
is going
down
down?
10 hours from now? Like,
So what is going down at this moment in time? What is particularly being auctioned?
You got this text message from Dom about a few minutes after the bidding for the lupine.
And we're doing this through text? Okay. So I'll text him saying auction, girl, cage, feral.
are these all emojis? Because that's just weird. I don't.
I
speak
can translate.
hieroglyphic.
And then I put a wolf emoji. And
I'm good at texting. Wait, you're good at texting, Toledo.
lots of dollar signs.
Yeah, I'll hold it up to Scarlett because Scarlett knows more.
Is this if it's in the group
Hieroglyphic
message?
type.
I assume.
Is it in the group message?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, then I would say
Yeah,
like,
they're auctioning off a
Auctioning
girl in the
off-
cage, a wolf girl,
It's a werewolf girl?
which is a gang girl. Oh
Scarlett,
shit!
your phone doesn't get emojis.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
shit.
Nokia.
Yeah,
You don't get
that-
emojis.
So it's like square. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, the little
And
square
then I
with
look
the
at
question mark.
Toledo's
Yeah, I'll-
phone because it's like
Hey,
why
look
is
at
that?
mine.
Why is he sending me weird boxes? And
They're not auctioning off a werewolf. That's insane. But something's
that's what
going
he
on
said.
there.
That's what he said.
No, he put wolf. It probably means something else.
It's
probably a sex thing.
Girl in a cage.
Yeah, no. The more I'm looking at these emojis, this is a sex thing. Cages,
No.
wolves, money. Okay.
Oh, he's
come
talking
No,
on.
about
no. If it involves the Italian mob, this is not just a sex thing. This is something else.
You know what? And there's no eggplant or peaches in this, so
So let's.
this might be more sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Mordecai.
I mean, either way, I'm following them.
I'm gonna go outside. This is. I'm gonna wait by the motorcycle and wait for you guys.
Yeah, I'll see you guys there. I'm gonna hop on a bike and go.
No.
What do those emojis mean?
It's like a
Nothing I can
fursuit.
speak out loud. I'm pretty sure I thought they were kind of clear with
I
regards
don't
to
speak hieroglyphic.
It's a dead language. Am I in earshot of anybody?
Well, if you stepped out of the auction house,
Yeah,
all right, let's retcon a bit. If you're having this conversation, you're speaking with Annabelle right now as your phone kind of vibrates.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So I'll swipe it to send it to voicemail. Text out a quick busy with queen, like a crown, a bee, and then a dog.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
I'm gonna respond OMW, cowboy hat, motorcycle.
Can you, I just send a text message like, can you guys stop messaging weird boxes?
I reply LOL.
I'm gonna go out with everybody and be like, yeah, we're just gonna pop over to the auction house to find out what the fuck he's talking about. Because apparently Toledo already left. So you guys go back to the bar.
Excuses from Annabelle, and then get up once the proceedings are mostly finished. Walk over to a private area, and then call Dom.
All right.
Yellow.
Domo.
Mordecai.
Were those emoji cons not clear?
Yeah, I don't speak hieroglyphic.
Yeah, okay. There was an auction. There was a lot of money that just went through hands. Purchasing a young? The pictures that you saw. A cage. And yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna come over.
Okay. Because... And he hung up.
Yeah, I hung up.
Okay. And you want to just meet Mordecai at the Crown Theater? Okay.
Yeah.
It'll take you, unless you speed incredibly fast, you guys are gonna make it there maybe in like half hour, maybe more. Actually, what time is it? It's about midnight right now. And so you guys might make it in about 30-40 minutes, something like that. But eventually you guys will get there. Mordecai, right after the lupine girl was bought, you would notice all of the men with the person in the white kind of suit. He walks out, and his crew follows him. You don't notice this, but the cage is also brought backstage, where everyone who bought some stuff is now, kind of being debriefed on what the hell is going on, or what they purchased and things like that. And they make their way out with their packages and things like that. You, on the other hand, will receive those 3 things once you decide to leave. But Dom, Toledo, and Scarlett will get here. You would know in like 40 minutes or so. So you are given these all your stuff is wrapped up and are handed to you as Scarlett, Toledo, and Dom arrive.
Cool.
You all meet eyes just outside of the Crown Theater by Mordecai's limousine. As you guys kind of meet eyes for the first time, you see Mordecai is carrying all these things, and he's placing them all in his limousine. You all look to one another with a bit of maybe assured glances that nothing happened to you this evening. And maybe, just maybe, there's more to the south side of Chicago than what it seems to be. And on that note, I guess we'll end this session in a very somber way. Nothing really bad happening for the first time. Nothing really good happening either. Just our coterie members doing their own little things. Yeah. And that's pretty much about it. We'll call it there for this evening. And we'll continue next week with a bit more shenanigans for everyone else.
Yeah, sure. Shenanigans.
All the shenanigans.
All the shenanigans. Yeah, I guess we have to go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching our chronicle. We're in a bit of a in-between arcs right now, so yeah, just a little bit of downtime to give our coterie some freedom to do whatever they wish. But to promise, next week will be a bit more action-packed. Once again, thank you so much for watching Call of the Abyss. Nice. I'm your storyteller, Lou. You can find me on Crescent's BTM on Twitter, and I'm the storyteller for these wonderful people. Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I played Mordecai, the completely innocent and in no way in trouble at all ministry. You can catch my prior to COVID adventures cosplaying as at Canadian Captain America or at CDN Cap America on Twitter. And we have a thing in the works, a D&D thing in the works on the Vancouver by Night channel. And other than that, you can catch me here at the Overlord.
Yeah, I'm still going to delay a little bit, but yeah, I'm Steve, the storyteller for Vancouver by Night. We will possibly be coming back, hopefully soon. We're on a bit of a hiatus right now. We are doing like the D&D thing that Mike was talking about. We're going to be doing that fairly soon. And yeah, if you want, on Saturdays at 3 p.m. PST, head on over to the Level Up Dice channel where we do Vancouver Adjacent by Night with a bunch of chaos goblins that run around and do random shit as vampires.
I am Bully, the storyteller for Table Goth. You can check out our YouTube. We have tutorials, our old games and stuff that are there, and we're getting ready to start Cult of the Blood Gods with Nosferatu and DJ Toreador and some of our people in a couple weeks over in the Onyx Pass channel. That's so far going to be a good time. You can also catch me playing here and on Wednesdays at Table Horrors for a little Victorian vampire.
And I am Rena playing Scarlett Leanne. You guys have to watch Midnights in Metro Manila Saturday 9 p.m. PST because we are reaching the finale. And last episode we did leave you sort of hanging. I mean, not just you, everybody else. But yeah, our last episode will be shown on Saturdays, again 9 p.m. PST, same channel. We do have a one-shot stream, party stream next Saturday after that. Yeah, I'll put up an announcement about it once I get more details. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope you enjoy. We're gonna raid, what's that? Macabre Derek?
Macabre Derek.
Macabre Derek.
Is that how you pronounce it? Macabre? How fancy. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been Call of the Abyss. Bye.